What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here today for a little bit of a mail day with a focus on COMC stuff. So the main reason behind this, because I only have one pickup that's not something you guys have already seen. I got my cards back in the mail from COMC, the ones that I had graded. I did the reveal video last week, and I had a couple of them shipped home. I kept some on platform, but I had some shipped home. And I was curious about the one card in particular, so that's the one that we'll primarily focus on here. But we'll just kind of run through some stuff here. The one random pickup, this guy got a little buzzy in spring training. He ended up getting sent down, but I ran into one of his first Bowman autos for like $50. I actually picked this up on my slabs. Parker Meadows, Tigers prospect. I think he's like their 5th or 6th rated prospect. He tore the cover off the ball this spring. He's dirt cheap. Like I said, I got this for $50 and a PSA 10. Maybe it was like 55 shipped. I don't remember. But I figured I'd snag one just in case. We'll see if he gets called up, see if he can keep playing hot. He had a slow start to his career in the minors, so his prices kind of dipped a little bit after having a little bit of hype to him. I believe this is Austin Meadows' younger brother, too. So we'll just kind of stash this away, see what happens. I'm not normally much of a baseball prospect guy, but you know, when you get these like guys that are super spicy, then they kind of fail, and then they kind of show some flashes. If I could sneak in low enough, I'll take a chance. I've spent $50 on stupider things, that's for sure. So that's the first one that came in. I just kind of threw that in here because it happened to come in the mail with this other stuff. Now, let's get into the COMC stuff. So I had 3 cards sent home. I had the Gwen Red, the Magneto 9.5, and the Manny Ramirez refractor. Let's knock out the 2 Marvel things first. Really pleased with the way that these look in hand. Photos really don't do some of these justice. First up, we'll do the Red Gwen. This is the short print, My Story, red parallel. You can see in hand, this card is just absolutely gorgeous the way it catches the light. Almost looks like it's moving when you move it up and down like that. Like that the background's actually like almost like liquid or something. So great looking card here. This is the SP. These are like 1 in, I think I said like 1 in 1,200 packs or something like that. So very, very, very tough to pull one of these. And then for it to nab the CSG Pristine 10, or CGC rather, Pristine 10, very, very happy with that. So this one's going to get tucked away in the old PC with my Gwen PMGs and stuff. But great looking card. Super hard to track down, and then to nab the Pristine 10 on that. And like I said, the photos online kind of don't do these justice compared to in person. So that was the first one. That really, really excited about that. Thrilled that that got the Pristine 10. The second one is the Magneto hololithograph. This is from X-Men Series 2, 1993. I really, really like Magneto stuff. And this is another one that photos really don't do it justice, because when it catches the light a certain way, this card just, there you go, like right there, just really pops depending on the lighting that you have it in. Dead on, depending on the lighting, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but when every once in a while she just catches the light right, and you could really see that pop off. And that's the one thing that I notice about scanners. I know a lot of people like scanners to post cards online for sale. I personally think a lot of scanners don't show off some of the cool aspects of the card quite as much. You know, like a scanner just does not give you that hologram-like effect that you see on something like this, or even the Red Gwen that we just talked about. So this got a 9.5 gem mint. Perfectly happy with that. I did grade 2 of these. One got a 9. I left that one on COMC. I'll probably just send that to COMC auction most likely, since I got this one in a 9.5. But really happy with this one. This one will get tucked away as well. Once again, fantastic looking cards from 93 X-Men Series 2. The final one was the one that went to CSG. And this was the Manny Ramirez refractor. This is another one. This card looks spectacular in hand compared to the scans. I mean, just looks gorgeous in hand with that hologram-like gold, shiny, refractory, I don't even know what you want to call it, a little bit of everything finish on this card. So this was the one I was curious about why it got an 8.5. And, I looked it over pretty good. Like corners look good. Corners look good. Centering, it's a little off, in my opinion. This side is definitely more narrow than this side for sure. You can kind of see that a little bit, but not huge, not enough, I don't think, to downgrade it to an 8.5. That corner down there looks pretty good. That one there looks a little soft, but not like decimated. Back, same thing. That corner looks pretty good. That corner looks pretty good. Edges all look pretty good. And this is numbered out of 400, 373 out of 400. So I was trying to figure out, boy, I wonder why this got an 8.5. And my general assumption is, because you see this all the time. How many times are you in a Facebook group or on IG or whatever, and it's like, oh, X grading company screwed me over. Look at this 8.5 that I got. Pack fresh, clean card. What the hell? Stupid grading company. And my answer is almost always, it's probably something on the surface, because that's really the toughest thing to see, especially through a slab. So I was looking this card over, and then what I found was, figured it out. Let me see if I can get this to catch right. Okay. It's going to be right here. Right? Like, you're going to see a little curvature, like crease, indent, almost like a fingernail mark is kind of what it looks like. It kind of goes right here, like right under the RBI and OBP, like right around this 8 and 271, and Felon shows ranges. It's going to go like right like that when I kind of cast this through the light. See if it'll pick it up, because it is, there it is, right there. Sorry to blind you with the glare, but you could see right there. There's a little bit of a crease. Crease is not the right term. I'm sorry. Indent, I guess. So let me see if I can show. There it is. Ooh. Try not to blind you guys. Right there it is. So you can see it right on the end of the light right there. Goes from the bottom of the card up to like 370 OBP. So that's why I got the 8.5. Mystery solved. And this, once again, so if you're looking at a scan of a card, I'll even bring it pretty close here. I don't see it. I mean, even moving the card like this, like this, like this, you don't really see it until right there. You catch that light, and then it shows it off. So it's probably actually pretty faint in the grand scheme of things. I could see it blindly on the back of the card in hand, but not when it's flat. You give it a little bit of an angle, you could kind of see it on there. And I went back and looked at the original COMC scans, and I did not see it on there. And I don't think that COMC will note stuff if it has like major significant damage to it. I don't necessarily consider that like major significant damage or anything like that. It's just, it kind of is what it is. We see this on the back of cards all the time, but that's the reason it got the 8.5. So I don't know what the solve here is, because even if this doesn't show up on the scan in the slab, so that was reprocessed as elite basically. So I don't even know that reprocessing the card at elite would show that off. And I'm not mad about this at all. Like, don't get me wrong. I almost didn't really care what this card graded. I just kind of wanted it slabbed up. So I'm perfectly fine with the 8.5. I would have bought and submitted this card most likely, even with knowing that was on there. So I'm not upset about the grade or anything. I was just curious about why it graded like it did, because I kind of thought it was going to 9. Not that it's that big of a deal, an 8.5 to a 9. But I also just wanted to point this out. I do overall thoroughly enjoyed the COMC grading experience. Like I said in the original reveal video, overall I was very happy with the results. This came back a CSG 10. This came back a 9.5. I was pretty happy with a couple of the other grades. Some of the other stuff did come in low. An 8 on the one, and I think I got a 9 on the other one, or whatever it is. The Wolverine got a 9.5. That's a big card. That's an out of 99. So generally speaking, I had a pretty pleasant experience. I would 100% use it again, especially for Marvel stuff. But this is one of the things to kind of be aware of. And especially, once again, this card's from, 99. I don't know on the more modern Marvel stuff that you're getting directly off of e-pack and stuff like that, if that's going to be as big of an issue, depending on the set's QC. But just keep this in mind. This stuff is going to potentially happen. Now, I don't know if they'll come up with something that maybe like they'll pre-screen cards or something like that for a small fee. I have no idea. But just wanted to make you boys and girls all aware of that. Just kind of keep that in the back of your head if you are looking to submit with them. The scans do a very good job. I picked out, when I went through like 6 different Gwens on the site and specifically chose this one over some of the other ones, mostly due to centering and some print lines and the corners and stuff. Same thing with the Magnetos. There was a couple of those on there. I picked out 2 that I thought were the best ones. One got a 9.5, one got a 9. But there is going to be stuff that the scan just does not show. So, like I said, I talked about it in the reveal video. I was curious why this got the 8.5, and now getting it back in hand, I very quickly figured out why it got the 8.5. So, that's the mail day. Like I said, nothing super crazy. Mainly just kind of wanted to talk about this Man Ram and kind of go over why that got the grade that it did. But card looks absolutely fantastic in the slab. Actually, it looks really good with the the gold style background and the label. Listen, I know CSG sports card slabs aren't the best for resale value. I'll take them all day long for PC stuff, baby. All day long. These cards look gorgeous in these slabs. The CGC stuff as well. The fact that these are so crystal clear really shows off. I think really shows off cards like this. I mean, they just really pop compared to a Beckett or a PSA slab, in my opinion. So I get the resale value might not be there, but sometimes it's not all about the resale value. It's about the card itself. That's all we got for you boys and girls today. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.